Welcome back to another edition of Special Situations Investing with Greg. This week I will be talking a little bit more about some of the special situations that I talked about last week, just kind of keep you updated on how things are going in that area. And I have a new one that I'm also letting you know about, so check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back to another edition of my YouTube channel on Special Situations Investing and my personal investing practice. As a quick disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only. Any companies that I mention in this presentation are discussed solely for illustrative purposes. Discussing such companies and the specifics about them is to help educate me and educate you about certain special situations. It is not a solicitation to purchase them. I recommend that you conduct your own research and identify why you might want to own the company yourself prior to your committing of any funds. I also recommend that you seek the services of a financial advisor that has considered your personal situation as your fiduciary. And then finally, may your education here grow your knowledge, improve your personal investing performance, and give you the confidence to take control of your future. Thanks a bunch for watching. Now on to the video. Anyone that is new to special situations will realize that sometimes there are events in these corporate events that happen that you want to invest in, and they all happen, in a large group or a bunch at a time. And that's kind of what has happened over the past couple of weeks. We've had the experience with Southwet Gas, we've had the experience with Inventrust, Acceleron, and Adamas Pharmaceuticals. All of those different companies have all kind of made announcements over the past couple of weeks that have been in relating to tender offers or mergers or things that are going on with that. And I wanted to give you just a couple of updates on where we are with those, and then there's another one that came out as well, and I'm going to give most of my thoughts to that after I've talked about these other ones. So first and foremost, we have Adamas Pharmaceuticals. Nothing new came out, but their share price did drop. So essentially right now you can buy the shares at about $8.01 per share. The cash payout for the company is $8.10 plus the CVR. So basically you would get a free lottery ticket for an extra $1 a share if it meets their revenue numbers. But even if it doesn't, you basically have the cash that's available with that. And so something to pay attention to. Check out Adamas if you're interested in putting some money in it. In full disclosure, I do have money in that investment, and if you buy in at 801, you'll actually be lower than my entry price on that. The second investment that we're going to talk about is Inventrust. Inventrust is in the middle of a Dutch tender offer, and they're offering for about 5% of the shares outstanding, between $25 and $28 per share. Well, last heard, the end of last week, it was about $24.50 per share, so basically you can buy in for less than the tender price and have a pretty reasonable chance that the share price is going to raise up at least to the $25 a share mark. Again, full disclosure, I do have money in this one at about just under $25 a share, and hopefully it'll turn out for me. If not, well, it is what it is, but I think it'll be a decent return investment. One thing to note with that one, I've had a hard time finding a specific date, but I estimate the date will be somewhere around the 12th of November for the tender offer to be completed, because that's usually about how long it is for most tender offers. They take about a month to consummate. All right, the next one is the Merck purchase of Acceleron Pharma. So a couple weeks ago, Merck announced that they wanted to purchase Acceleron Pharma for $180 a share. Right now it's trading at about 173, and for the last week it traded between 171, I think, and 176 or so. So basically you could buy into the shares at about that time and then sell them in the offer for $180 per share. Now the interesting thing, and the thing that I think you need to pay attention to with this, is that Acceleron Pharma has a significant shareholder, the Darwin Global. And Darwin Global is actually urging shareholders not to take this share price of $180 per share from Acceleron or from Merck, and wait until a higher price goes. And the higher price that Darwin Global is looking for is somewhere between 2 to 2.5 times the current share price. That would represent basically $360 to $450 per share. Do your own due diligence on this. I'll make sure that there's a link that you can take a look at, and hopefully this is a useful entry price for it if you wanted to make some of the merger arbitrage, or make a merger arbitrage bid on this one. In full disclosure, I do have shares in this. It represents about 5% of my portfolio, not a full 10%. I didn't feel confident enough to put a full 10% in, and then I had Inventrust and Adamas came through, and I wanted to put money into those, and I thought those would be better suited, or better use of my funds. Either way, I do have money in this one, and I expect to kind of ride it out and kind of see where it goes. The last update, also on October 20th, is for Southwet Gas. So Southwet Gas is in the middle of being it's kind of in it looks like a board battle, basically, and by none other than Carl Icahn. And I'm sharing this one because I think that any special situations investor should spend some time studying some of the billionaires that deal in some of the special sits. Warren Buffett is actually one of those. Carl Icahn is another. Joel Greenblatt, the one that probably is the reason why you're interested in special situations in the first place, is another. But Carl Icahn, he goes through kind of his thoughts on the recent activity for Southwet Gas, and I think if you read through that letter, I'll make sure that there's a link for you to take a look at it. But I think if you read through that letter, you might find that it may not be something that you want to put money into, but understanding what Carl Icahn is doing and his thought process with the investments that he makes, I think is invaluable to any special situations investor that wants to understand how to approach these investments. Now, realize that he has his own offer for shares at like $75 a share, which is a premium to what the current price is by about $5. So a pretty healthy premium if you wanted to participate and sell shares to Carl Icahn. And he's trying to get the company to hold out for a higher bid on the company and replace the board. This may be a special situation that takes a little while to come to fruition. I don't have any money in this one, in full disclosure, but it might be something that I might be interested in if I didn't have the other activities going on that I'm looking at right now. And then that brings us to our last one, and that is Flexion Therapeutics. Flexion Therapeutics, they have an offer for them for $8.50 a share, plus another $8 CVR that's due based on revenue and earnings numbers out to December 31st, 2030. Now, that's a long time to be out there, but it is. I thought that it would be interesting to put it out here. First and foremost, I don't have any money in this one. Right now, it's trading at $9.40 some odd cents a share, so it represents basically a 7-to-1 for the dollars that you put in there. But the 7-to-1 return over a 10-year period, or almost a 10-year period, it only represents about a 15% internal rate of return. So and you have the risk that the company may not be able to pay afterwards. So I thought that, and the reason why I wanted to bring this one up is I think that sometimes you have to think through why you would participate, why you wouldn't participate. If I had a situation with Flexion Therapeutics where it was trading below $8.50 a share, I'd buy it all day long. And because then you get basically $8 for just putting money into it, if it meets those revenue numbers at the end of that CVR time period. It seems like after doing this portion of investing for a while, it seems like there's certain seasons when pharmaceutical companies get purchased, and it usually looks like it's the end of the year. Probably this is because companies in the pharmaceutical business are probably thinking, okay, we got to make sure that we are going to continue to grow next year, and so they're thinking about 2023, 2024, or 2022 in this case, and making sure that they meet their shareholder revenue return, or their revenue returns or their income returns for the next year. Either way, just that's more of an anecdotal experience. It seems like you have a lot of mergers that happen with pharmaceutical companies towards the end of the year in preparation for the new year. The Flexion deal should conclude on the 18th of November, so something to pay attention to if you wanted to participate. Might have to get into it early. Personally, I don't feel like locking up, in this case, almost 10% of an investment in something for a 10-year period in order to maybe get a 7-to-1 return. I feel like I can do better than that, but I also see that this could definitely be an interesting thing if it starts getting down below like the $9 a share range, because then it's closer to about a 16-to-1. And 16-to-1, 20-to-1 returns, I might take those even at the longer term time frame for that. So anyway, hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to continue to see videos like this where I'm prepping you and helping you understand what investments I'm getting into and what special situations that you might want to take a look at, please hit the subscribe button. That way you'll know that they're doing it, that when I put out a new video, especially if you have that notification bell turned on. The other thing is, if you like these videos, please let me know. I really appreciate all your comments. I've had some great comments from multiple subscribers at this channel, and you guys are the reason why I continue to find that this is encouraging and useful for my time. And I appreciate your support, I appreciate your help, and good luck with your investing. And good luck with investing, you investing mutants. Take care.